Hi friends, now we're going to work on step 2 of our Northern Light projects. So maybe your rainbow painting is sitting and drying right now. Maybe it's still not dry, but you can still do this first part, and then I'll show you that second part for when your rainbow painting is dry. Okay? So now we're going to use our black piece of paper. This is going to be our night sky on our landscape. It's what we're going to be gluing our Northern Lights to. We're going to start with our black piece of paper facing this direction, not this way, so make sure it's this direction, and your white crayon. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to draw some hills, okay? And your hills don't have to look exactly like mine. You can make up your own, but I'm going to start from the side of my paper and make a line that kind of curves down to the bottom of my paper. Then from that line, I'm going to make another line that kind of curves up to the side. Another one that kind of connects in the middle. Remember, it doesn't have to be a straight line. Hills can be bumpy. And on my hills, I'm going to add a little snow. So at the top of my hills, I'm just going to add, pressing nice and hard with my white crayon so you can really see that snow just at the top. If you want to color in all of it, you're more than welcome, but I'm just going to do a little bit of a little snow at the top of my hills here on each one. I love how white crayons show up so nicely on black paper. Construction paper crayons are great too. I don't have them with me, but if you do, any color turns out nice and bright, just like oil pastels do too. And I'm just going to use my white crayon. Alright, now this next part is optional. You don't have to do this, but I always like to add a little bit of the reflection of the Northern Lights onto my snow as well, because I just love color. So our Northern Lights are going to be glued to the top here where our sky is. So I'm going to take the snow that I have, and I'm going to add a little bit of blue, green, and purple. Remember, these are our cool colors when we did our cool cat. So you're going to use these cool colors if you want. You don't have to. And I'm going to add a little bit of color to my white snow. Just a little bit here and there. Here's a little green. Just because I know I've seen pictures, and when the Northern Lights is in the sky, you can see kind of a little reflection on the snow, which is really nice. I have to go over top of some of this white, otherwise it's not going to show up. And you can see it's light, it's not too much color, but just a little here and there. There's some blue. Okay, there is my color in my snow, very subtle, nice and light, and now I'm ready to draw some snow in the sky, or they could be stars. They could be either. So that means I'm going to take my white crayon and I'm going to draw little dots in my sky. Again, this could be snow, this could be stars in the sky, whatever you want it to be. Spreading these out. I might add more once I glue my paper on. Okay. Lots and lots of snow or stars, making little dots. If you want to make them stars and want to do the star shape, if you know how to do that, you can do that too. All right, we have our snowy hills, we have our night sky. Now, if your rainbow piece of paper is dry, we are ready to start adding that to our paper, okay? If you're still waiting for it to dry, that's okay. Wait for it to dry, pause the video, and come back whenever it is dry. You just don't want it to be wet while you do this step, okay? So now that we have our rainbow, what we're going to do is we're going to be ripping it into pieces, because we don't want it to be perfect straight lines, because when Northern Lights dance across the sky, it's all different shapes and sizes. So I'm going to take my rainbow piece of paper. Now this part might be tricky. You might need a parent to help you, but I think you can do it. I'll show you. You can hold your paper with one hand, and then with the other hand, you're going to rip it. And sometimes when I rip it, I kind of go up and down, up and down. So I have one piece here. Beautiful. And I'm going to hold it with one hand. It's important you hold it with one hand. And and I'm going from the side of my paper all the way to the other side. I'm not going up and down. If you want all the colors of the rainbow on each piece, you could go this way, but I like to do it the long pieces. Okay, so I'm holding it with one hand, ripping with the other. Beautiful. Gonna do it one more time. Okay, beautiful. So I might not use every single piece, or maybe I want to rip it a little bit smaller for it to fit onto my paper, or maybe I'm going to overlap some pieces. Remember, you don't have to use every single piece. But what I might do is I might start to lay it out across my paper to see what it's going to look like. Beautiful. I might even take this little edge and rip this just so it's not a perfect. There we go. Okay, so I'm going to glue these on. And then you know what? I'm going to glue one more piece. I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller so it fits better. There we go. Awesome. So I'm going to use 3 pieces. These pieces I'm not going to use, but maybe I'm going to save it to use it for a different project because they're so beautiful. So now that I have the 3 pieces I'm going to use, I'm going to take some glue and I'm going to glue them to my paper. Now these start to curl, but as soon as we add some glue, it should help hold them in place. So I go to the white side of my paper. And you can use a glue stick, you can use liquid glue and add little drops to it. It's up to you. Make sure you get a lot of glue so it glues down flat. So I'm going to glue this one here. Okay. And I'm going to take this big piece. And I'm going to glue it up here. And I don't want to glue it in exactly the same spot, so I'm going to make it to the left a little bit more. Okay. And then I have one more little piece that I'm going to kind of overlap right here. So pretty. And right there. Beautiful. I absolutely love these colors. And there is our northern lights in our night sky. Absolutely beautiful. Make sure that if any little edges are coming up, you can add a little bit more glue to it so it stays down. Find a safe spot for it to dry. And friends, if you would love to, I would love for you to send me a picture so I can see your beautiful artwork. I miss you all so much. I can't wait to see you in person. You can always send them to your teacher as well, and she can forward them to me. I've been loving, loving, loving your artwork that you've been sending me. So awesome job, friends. Remember those colors of the rainbow and their order. You have red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple. Roy G. Biv. And remember, purple has 2 names, indigo and violet. Awesome job, friends. I hope you have a great day.